Okay, we're learning Zevachim Daf Ayin Aleph, and we're starting in the Mishnah. In the beginning of the parak, it's a new parak. Parak Shmini. The Mishnah says, "Kol hazvachim shenisarvu b'chatois hamesos." So we're going to see in the Gemara, we're talking about the opposite case. Meaning, it says over here, you have Zevachim, karbonis, that got mixed up with chatois hamesos, which means chatos you have to, they die. How many chatos dies? How many chatos you kill? 5 chatos die. I think the sin is vitibro, if I'm not mistaken. What's the 5 chatos? Rashi brings it. Vlad chatos. Chatos gave birth. Chatos shemeisu ba'aleo. Death. Tumuras chatos. Exchange of chatos. Shekipro ba'aleo. The Bible already did kapara. And v'she'ovdo. V'rimtis ba'almo. Was found. So that's called vetibra. I think it's Vlad. Ve. Tuf is the Mesu. Mem is the Tmura. Nun is Dimtses. And the Ayin is Kipur Ba'aleo. I think that's what it is. That's the. So anyway, there's 5 chatoes that are, you kill them. Now you have other karbonis that is aru b'chatos hamesos. The simple understanding of the Mishnah is, what's the majority? The majority is chatos hamesos. So obviously, go based on the majority. So the Gemara says you have to change the gear. It says the opposite. The chatos hamesos misarevu in the karbonis. Karbonis are the majority. Chatos hamesos go in. I would think they're bottle, and the chiddush they don't. And this is, you see, there's a huge taisasim with all this. The reason why this dam is so short. Because there's so much going on over here in terms of Irbu. We're going to learn that today, push him shot. Maybe tomorrow get a little more into the discussions over here. Let's see the Mishnah. That's another case of something you're not allowed to enjoy, you have to get rid of. What's a shor hadiskel? You have an axe, you have a bull who went and gored in the gicha. So what do you do with it? You have to kill it. So that's all the something which is also. So again, the Poshim Shah means that the oilo got mixed up the riboy of Isser. So what's the chiddush over there? Of course, it's bottom right. The idea is the opposite. Echad means there's one niskal, and you have a multitude of oilos, of karbonis. Yamusu kula, you have to kill the whole thing. Now, it's I will be sure should have the be'aveiro. The other case, the car mixed up, but what is after be'aveiro, which is not going to be osur be'hano, but you can't bring it as a carbon, right? Now we go to the Ayin short Ayin, very short of it. What is the case over there? Something you don't kill. We have a concept of an ox, of a shor, shenogach, you kill it. That's only if it's 280. And you do it for the owner. But shehi mises or p have only 1/8 or p bailing. You don't kill it, but it's still possible gabi amizbeach. So the potem is kilo. So you don't kill it. Why? So as they say, Rashi brings over here, it's mutter lehedyot. It's not also bad. You don't kill it, but it still can't be as a carbon. So the din is, or or the guy mixed up with a nearby, which is also the baby's back. An animal had a relationship with a adam, or vice versa. What's a muktzeh? It was designated to be avodah zarah. Finevad was actually used in avodah zarah. It's not always the similar, because it can be designated and not used. Could be used not designated. They just took it someone avodah zarah without being designated. Be'esnod, what's esnod? An animal which is paid to a zoido, as a payment, you're not allowed to bring this English. Uve bechir means bechir kelev, which is an exchange of a dog. There you are with the psulim. Kilayim, uve treifo, uve yoitzedoifer. So kilayim talking about, you have an animal which is a mixed breed, coming from 2 different animals. Treifo, it's not a healthy animal. Yechezkel who was born. What? It says so. The Rashi brings over here. It says, the first limit is over here for the Gemara players. The first line of Rashi. Shar Kev is part of the Kilayim. Ki Voled part of the Tzeduf. It has to be Noilat. It has to be a regular ladle. Tzeduf is not a regular ladle. It's cesarean. So
goes together with something else.
it's not a carbon. It can't be used as a carbon. All the whole list we brought over here is animals that cannot use as a carbon.
Right.
They're not also by no. You can enjoy them, but they're also by no.
So one being given carbon.
Right. So then, what do you do with all of them? Then you take this group. Hiru achi stavu. You wait for them to. You let them graze until they receive a blemish. You sell them. So how do you come? There is a carbon. Let's say carbon oil. Carbon oil got mixed up in a bunch of animals that are also in the carbon. So I can't just pull one of them out to be a carbon because maybe that's the one. So what do? I sell all of them, and I take the value to buy the carbon. Which one? The one which is worth the most. Because I don't know. It could be that the animal which is worth the most, that was the carbon. Could be yeah, because maybe that's the carbon. I can't sell a carbon that doesn't have a mold. To take an animal, right? So in other words, I have over here a bunch of animals. Some of them are not carbonis. It cannot be a carbonis. So I can't just say, this will be the carbon. If it's the carbon, givaldic. If it's not the carbon, so I'll make it the carbon. You can't because maybe it's a trade for. Maybe you can't use it. You can say it's a knife. You can't use it. So what do? I want to sell them. That's what Moshe says. I can't sell them. Why can't I sell them? Because one of them is a carbon.
Why do you even have to sell it? Once it gets the moon, why can't you just be putting them? Why does the mission say you have to sell it?
So no, so that's really the pigeon. Always pigeon and kosher you sell.
Is that what it means? You can't take money.
Yeah.
You can't say money that I have. Like usually, pigeon means you have money that I have my
I
house.
forgot now. There's this thing you can't just pay the kosher. You have to do a way of mechira. Yeah, I don't remember now. Well, I think we'll speak about this parable. The way you have to be paid. But you go, he brings over here the girsa. Okay, the shlovis. You bring for the value of the yofa. You bring it to as a carbon. The God mixed up in chulin, meaning the majority is chulin, one carbon is arbet. So now, what do I do? Easy solution. Tmimim, right? If the chulin are tmimim, you bochu a chulin l'tzorchei oisabin, meaning, right? So the Rashi says over here. So you do like this. You bochu kol a chulin l'tzorchei oisabin obin oisab carbon. Says so kulam kochim shamin echad. Shein do kol echad shemiu v'korbu kol echad v'chad shemishu k'tari basis. Right? So I have a zevach. I don't know if that zevach is one of them or not. Some of them are chulin, some of them are not. So what I do is you sell the chulin. In other words, you take the chulin, you say, somebody who needs to buy a carbon. Let's say I have you 10 animals. One animal is a carbon. So I go and I take, and one carbon is let's carbon oil. I find 9 other people that need to be carbon oil. And I tell them, here, buy an animal. Which one is the animal? I don't know which one it is. But one of these 10 animals is your animal. And then I take the 10 animals, make them oil. One of them is the original oil, and the 9 are the new oilers.
It has to be everybody needs an oil.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's when he says, when the mission says, the sort of oiso mini means that that type of carbon, not that type of animal.
As Rashi says, the tzorchim mean oiso a carbon. That's the meaning of the carbon. I want to get that bonus. Yeah. So here means the meat carbon. Sarvu, that was the way some of now kochi. What happens if I have kochi beside my other kochi? I have different kochi. What do I do there? So what should you do? So bidoi. I have. So Rashi here says bidoi. So oilo b'shlabim.
Basically the same case as the other case. Once you sold the animals to the people that need them.
Right, but there is a solution. I have one now between the thing. What do? Okay, I make it out to carbon. But now I do something else. So if it would be the same carbon, it's very easy. Because if they're all oilo, what's the problem? Just give it as oilo. But here we're talking about the different korban. So she says, I have a problem that the blood in the Ibur don't come the same way the Mizbeach. So that's what it says. If it's mean, so the first case is the case that we'll say. Very easy. If it's the same mean, be the all oilless, so no problem. So I do an oil. I say this oil will be either for Reuben or for Shimon. I'm not so sure. This oil will be either for Shimon or for Reuben. I'm not so sure. Kochi be kochi, but if it's kochi be kochi, me be shei, no be no. I do a karbonis, so now I can't be vacuumed because it's different karbonis. So what should I do? Yiru achistav. I wait for it to get a hemish. Feibochu you sell. Yeah, you have to see you sell that. Meaning what you do is I have over here 2 animals. One animal is oil, one is a shlam. I don't know which one is which. But the oil is worth 100 and the shlam is worth 80. What do? You buy 2 animals of 100. One for an oil and one for a shlam. So how are you losing $20? $20 you lose, then you lose from your own house. You have to pay for it. If they got mixed up with a korban, a firstborn, or a meiser, so yirachi stabu. Now the problem is you can't sell korban meiser. You can't redeem it. There's no redemption of korban meiser. They always keep the kedusha. All that you have of korban meiser is when a korban meiser has a move. What happens to it? They get a. If they have a blemish, you have to give them. You have to treat them with kedusha. That's what you do over here. Yirachi stabu. You wait for it to get a move. Give it the kedusha korban meiser. Everything you get mixed up, you do the redemption, except chatos v'osham. Why not? Because they are you can recognize them. Chatos v'osham, you can recognize them, as the Gemara is going to explain to us. Lekabod beis Hashem in Daf Ayin with base.
Here, that's the case. The custom was there. He puts the
Right. I have to check this out. Well, let me check this out. Okay. Let's see a few lines of the Gemara. This will short, just a few lines. So we said that if the oil is this iron, Isur, so everything becomes awesome. Of course, that's the right. So you have to fix it because Zevachim, then within them is iron chatas amesus, meaning the majority is korbanos, the minority is chatas amesus or shar disco. Through the echad bariba, you do 10,000 korbanos, 1 shar disco. You have to kill off. Anina Chadas, we already learned it. Kol asur l'geba mizbeh, anything which is asur. Oisur b'cholshem. There are oisur b'cholshem. This goes back to the second part of the Mishnah. It says, right? Right? So, kol asur b'cholshem b'cholshem. I told you, Shimi, he told me what's the tzrichuso. Also, if you bring me that Mishnah, which is the one we said is tomorrow, that's to Gavoya. Same problem. So they become us. Maybe you see this Arab. Can I use it? You say, you know what? They're going to come mixed up. Maybe the only problem is we have Yisrael, which is like Shor Disco or Chatos Amesus. The reason why we need to Mishnah is tomorrow. Mishnah here, tomorrow it says also Gabi's bath. If you have a majority of korbanos and a mute of that, you can't bring it to his bath. But maybe I can use it for my own purposes, for hedging. That's why I bring our Mishnah. If I bring our Mishnah, it's only Surah, not all the Surah. So, yeah, so we don't know. I could have said it. Could have said maybe that's a Surah no. Surah no, I bring over here. Says the Gemara, the Lavi Surah no, Tanali. Our Mishnah says all the cases. Not only Surah no was the first case, but we said all the other cases. It says Miktani, Miktani Mikabo. Doesn't say how much. We don't say how much it is. Kosher, meaning we didn't say that's a right. I want to say even if it's a right. Says the kosher also Ktani. There it says even something. So just say one of them, don't need the other one. Meaning, don't say the one of tomorrow, don't say the one of Zevachim. I want to just tell you the takana. Here we had a solution. There we just said it's oyster. How do you solve it? Why do you have to tell you? Here we also said it tomorrow. that's not good for a carbon. So I'm just telling you, how do you solve it? How do you solve it? That's our mission. So Be'ez Hashem, we'll go into this now in more detail in the next Be'ez Hashem in the next few days. Okay.